Hello, welcome. It now being 5 o'clock, we're going to open up the North Carver Water District meeting. All right, the website calendar did say 6 o'clock. I'm sure we'll probably be here till 6, hopefully. If not, I'll stay for it, just in case anybody comes over and I can review what we went over here. But we're starting at 5 o'clock because that's what the agenda says. We're meeting in room 4. All right, we're also being recorded by Area 58. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. All right, and we're posted in accordance with the provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20B. All right, gonna open the meeting up and public comment. There's no one here, so no comment. Excellent. Next one, we have James Mullins here, our distribution operator. If you'd like to just give us a quick report about what's been going on.
Last week I did the annual statistical report, filed that through DEP, which is the electronic version. That's all complete. The CCR is complete. I sent you a copy, I sent Jill a copy, I sent Kevin a copy. I just need to do a certification form, and that's what I'm waiting for Jill to respond with the notice that is, the actual notice that is going out with it, so I can attach it and send it in so that we are complete with that. And I had a meeting, Zoom meeting Monday with DEP. He just wanted to go over and make sure that I was aware of the notice, the NON, and what was going on in the system. Nothing legal, binding, he just wanted to make sure I was aware of everything that was going on. I sent you some highlights of the meetings. I don't know if you passed it around or not.
I did send those over.
So a couple of things that they were worried about was the ASR and the CCR, which we've taken care of. So they were pretty happy with that.
Good.
I dropped off, when I first started, some paperwork physically, but you know how that gets lost in the shuffle in there. So he asked me if I would send it electronically.
Okay.
Just the operating forms, basically, is all it is. Other than that, I just have one request, as I spoke with you before about internet.
Yes.
I've been using my hotspot, and I've run out of hotspot every month. I don't know if we can do some type of a mobile hotspot thing. I was just trying to look them up on my way over and see if we could do something that way.
Up there for the alarm.
There is, but that's only for the alarm. That's for it, as far as I know. Tapping into that, I don't think you can to use it for anything else. We can contact them and ask. Do you want to do that? You want to contact the alarm company? And
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. It did look like a mobile hotspot was very expensive.
yeah. Okay.
So,
Yeah, if you can give us that information for it,
Yeah.
and we'll do it. I mean, I can contact Comcast to see about getting a line. I mean, that's a long way to go for a line.
no, I think the mobile hotspot would be fine.
Okay. All right.
It's usually like a monthly.
Yeah.
Well, and it's,
I looked, it was anywhere from $2 to
yeah.
over $13.
Okay. All right. And then, you had a talk with, Middleborough, right? You had a,
A while back,
yeah.
yeah. I didn't bring any notes with me because I didn't
Okay.
go to work today, but I can't remember what he, actually, I do have some notes with me. He didn't have a whole lot. He did say he was going to take care of the coliform testing,
Yeah,
but he could not do the lead and copper.
right.
Lead and copper is due the end of September, I believe. So I'm going to contact Nicholas, I forget his last name, from DEP to see if I can get a copy of the sampling plan,
Okay,
and we can do that.
okay. And, I think you talked to me about that there's maybe an online that residents can use, some type of a,
I was talking about lead service line.
lead certification.
Middleborough, if you look at their CCR, they have a QR code,
Yeah,
and it sends them to a Mass DEP website where they can download information for lead service line. So we don't have to go to every single house and look,
okay,
which would probably be the engineers or whoever is gonna do it.
okay,
I left it where we can put something on the website. They put it in their CCR, but I figured once we figure it out, you can just post it on website and let them go from there.
Okay. All right. Also, I was at the plant today, I mowed it down and weed whacked around it today, just let people know. And then, yeah. And then also the exterminator came. He did another treatment, they had called me, and I had finally got back to him, and they went down there and they did a whole treatment, so we will be getting a bill for that, just to let you guys know. Because we are contract with them, I think it's 2 treatments a year.
And the generator company met you out there, right?
Yeah.
Did their,
Yep, he did his thing, and
Yeah.
everything was good.
no issues?
No, it runs pretty much, I don't know what it's scheduled for, but every time I'm down there, I hear it turn on and off, and working out.
Once a day.
So, yeah, he said everything was good.
All right, so we're making some headway there.
Oh, did we stop the propane auto delivery or no? That's still going on.
That's still going on. They have my phone number now, so when they,
Okay.
when it gets signaled out, if there's a signal on it, that they'll call me and I'll go down and make sure that it's open for them, or if you're around, then.
I pretty much try to work Monday and Tuesdays,
Right,
so if we
Yeah.
can schedule something there, I'll probably be there.
okay. All right, so, you already talked about, all right, scheduled water fee hearing. All right, so when I talked to others in the industry, they said when you do your notice, you should have all your numbers up to date. I gave you guys a copy of what our 2019 rates were in there. So if we're gonna do 25% to increase, we need to have all those numbers of what it is now and then what it's going to be. We can't have them coming in and hitting and says, oh, well, here it is now, we're doing 20%, 25%, and this is what it is. And then we should also need to talk about all the fees. Also, those are gonna go up 25% too, or more. So, if somebody could calculate all those numbers, it's behind that. Right? That's under there. All right,
You want me to do that calculation?
you wanna do all the calculations?
I don't have my phone to do
No, that's
it.
fine. All right, so you're gonna take care of that, and once you get those figures for me, all right, we can then post that, so,
Okay.
and we gotta post it for 2 weeks in the newspaper, which will probably be the Patriot Ledger. All right, it'll be on the website, and then we'll have to do a mailing to everyone, just to let them know, hey, this is what's going on, all right?
They're reading, oh, they're still getting billed in gallons, correct?
Yeah,
But Middleborough bills us in cubic feet.
yeah,
So we'll just remain with the gallons then?
right.
Okay.
Okay, so, next one is, you already talked, the consumer confidence, that's done. Discussion on the Middleborough water contract. How is that going?
I haven't heard anything. I know there's other.
Have you called, or
I haven't called them yet,
a
no.
lawyer to, all right, so, that needs to happen. All right, to go along with that, here, now it comes by, the Board of Selectmen had a meeting, and they went into executive session to discuss the purchase, sale, lease, or exchange of value of real estate of the North Carver Water District. All right, so I had some concerns about that, so I sent a public information request by me personally, not as a member of the board, but I asked for a copy of their meeting minutes and any email that they have related to this. Because, in my opinion, is the Board of Selectmen have no control over the North Carver Water District. We are a separate entity. The other issues that we do have is that the purchase, well, it's not for sale, so there is no purchase of it. Lease, or to sell it, to lease it, that would have to come through us, all right? The exchange, it can't be exchanged, because it's really, what are we gonna exchange it for? The value, there is no value of the North Carver Water District's property. It is on a conservation property owned by the Conservation Commission and a private entity. They're in charge of it. If the North Carver Water District goes defunct, it reverts back to the Conservation Commission, all that property. So I had a problem with this. So the town came back and said that they're not gonna release it to me. I filed a appeal to the public records. Public records came back and said that they have to release it to me. I waited and waited and didn't hear anything back from the town, so I sent another letter to the public records saying, and the town, say, hey, I haven't received anything yet. And public records said, the town sent another letter, an addendum to the public records, saying that they're gonna cite attorney-client privilege. So I appealed that to the Public Records Division because they never cited attorney-client privilege on the original appeal. The Board of Selectmen subsequently did go ahead and release the minutes of the meeting that they had in executive session. And it's kind of concerning. I did post this online, but I'm gonna read it because it's really short and sweet here. It says, there was discussion amongst members of the board of the pros and cons of filing a lawsuit at this time. Oh, sorry, wrong one. They didn't they didn't get rid of that. North Carver Water District, I apologize. My fault. The article to dissolve the North Carver Water District was passed at the annual town meeting held on April 8th, 2025, but it will not take effect until it is approved by the legislature. Cannon informed the board that he has had preliminary discussions with the town of Middleborough's town manager about Middleborough taking over the system after the district is dissolved. The response was that Middleborough was willing to supply the water, but the town would still have some control over the system. There was also discussion about the potential value of assets of the district, including the land containing the wells, and whether the town can include the value of the land and the assets in its negotiations with Middleborough. Townsend stated that it would benefit the town to explore an agreement with the Middleborough now, and even if the town didn't end up pursuing it. He explains that this is a public health issue and that the town needs to take action. Then motion to adjourn in executive session, go into open session by Townsend, and 6:26, seconded by Hoffman, and unfortunately, on the roll call, Mr. Carter got 2 roll call votes. I think one of them was supposed to be Ewan's, but they left her name out. I have some severe issues with this, because nowhere in this says anything about commercial growth and getting water to commercial entities.
Well, my first concern with this would be, if they're so concerned about it being a public health issue, why are they not here interacting with us to fix this problem? Because I see us showing up, I see you doing a lot, I see you doing a lot, I'm trying to still figure everything out. They'll go into executive session and have this whole conversation. I don't understand why they're even having conversations with Middleborough at this point. They can't speak for this district.
Right.
So if they're concerned, they should be showing up to these meetings or sending a representative so we can have these discussions instead of these secret meetings. Because that's half the problem.
Great.
I agree too. We have tried to get an agreement with Middleborough. Eric's been working on this, but it's not really going that far here.
Well, we don't know if it's being undermined.
And now it appears that it could be undermined by the town administrator. If they're having discussions, the select board of the town administrator, with Middleborough about getting an agreement, how are we supposed to go ahead and do this, do our job to get an agreement for the best interest? Because I have to say, we have to look out the best interest for the North Carver Water District, our customers, and our future customers, because under the law, we're supposed to not only look at what we have now, but we always have to look to the future of what the future is. And in that area, we have people that have paid betterment fees here to the town of Carver, to our North Carver Water District, that they want to turn around and they need water for their properties.
Yep.
And we can't provide it because of the way the system was mismanaged, all right? And it's not being managed. Middleborough cannot provide water to the commercial entities. And we have not only the urban renewal plan, all right, with Route 44 LLC, we have Constantine behind Noria Gas Station over there, and now we have Roby's property that they're calling me and saying, hey, can we get water? Well, they can't do any development really unless they put their own water system in there. And that's gonna undermine the North Carver Water District, they can. All right, but Route 44 LLC, they can't do anything on the urban renewal plan without water. They need water. So I have some severe concerns with this also, is what isn't in there is, are they actually talking to Mr. McLaughlin with Route 44 LLC for him to take over the plan?
Well, they can have those discussions all they want, but there's a huge process involved with taking a municipal water district and turning it over to a private entity. They need approvals not only through the state, but through the Mass DEP. So they better do their homework on that, because I find it extremely short-sighted and irresponsible if that is what they're doing, because you don't take water district, something that is an asset, or should be an asset, to this community, and hand it over to a private developer. There's a name for that, and I'm not gonna say it.
So I think it falls under DEP's,
It does.
Yeah.
Mass DEP would have to approve that.
But that doesn't, even if they did give it to Route 44 LLC or lease it to them or whatever they plans on, because we really don't know here what their ultimate plans are, because nothing's done in public. Like we have always been here in public, the only time we went into executive session was to discuss the DEP. That was it, okay? And that's because it was a litigation matter here. So I'm still waiting for the Public Records Division to get back to me on the emails. I think I had a sufficient reasoning of why they should be released, those emails. The Board of Selectmen have no control over the sale, lease, exchange value of the North Carver Water District.
So how could they even possibly go into executive session over that?
I agree. I did not file a public record, an open meeting law complaint because I think it's a joke. The open meeting law, when you file a complaint with them, oh, slap on your wrist, that's it, that's all you get. All right? They don't do anything to turn around and stop the issues that go on. Okay, so I'm done with them unless there's something really bad that happens and they need to, but like I said, it's a slap on the wrist and that's it.
This whole thing should be raising red flags everywhere,
Right.
to everybody.
Right. So one of the other things is, the response that I got from this is, and this should be concerning, is that they went into executive session and Greg Corbo was there in this meeting. And Greg Corbo is also a legal counsel for Middleborough. So that's, in my opinion, a conflict of interest for him to actually do that. So I think that's going to be addressed in a different venue for that. But needless to say, I just want people to understand that I am going to do my best to protect the North Carver Water District. Okay, and I'm going to put my time and effort into it. Whatever's going on at the State House, I'm still gonna do my job. And I think all of us are gonna do the same thing. So, I think that pretty much covers the Middleborough contract and discussions about Middleborough, because we have nothing, and if you could call the lawyer and get with him to find out where they're at with that. Okay, now, back onto our regular stuff. Bills payable. That's done. Alrighty, so the first one I have here is a notice from Karen Praval and Kathy Kay. The North Carver Water District Commissioners hereby request to commit a total of $16,492.18. You may not have a copy of this, so that's why I'm reading it all. $16,492.18 as of July 17th, 2025, as payment for water usage for the months of April 12, 25, July 17th, 2025, in the North Carver Water District. So it says fire protection is $375, and water charges, $31,008.49. So $31,008.49. And then it has a listing of everyone's water rates and how much they have here, all right, for it. So if you guys want to take a look at that, I'll need a motion to approve those two figures.
So this is paying the town of Middleborough? Or-
No, we're just holding money aside to pay those bills.
Just trying to figure out the numbers. What's the fire protection charge for? Who would the fire protection charge? Do you know?
I think a lot of them do it just because they don't use water and it's a,
It may be because of buildings that have fire, they use water from the fire. I mean, a lot of the bigger buildings actually have
Sprinklers, right?
sprinklers, and they have their own
Cisterns.
cisterns underneath, like
Yeah.
Our Lady of Lourdes.
I don't think it's needed either.
Yeah. So if they use that water, they gotta fill it back up.
Yeah, I know that there's modifications up with the old Shaws.
Right, yeah. All right, so I'll entertain a motion to pay the $375 and the $31,008.49. Or just to hold the money off to pay the bills. Hold the money to pay the bills. Yeah.
I'll make that motion.
A second.
We have a motion, and a second, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
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 Just for clarification, what was the $16,492.18? That was the first number you mentioned.
Yeah, that's what they put in there, so, but the numbers that we have to talk about are the ones here for water charges and,
Okay.
so.
I wonder if that's the difference between what we collected, that 16. Would that be?
Well, she's gonna be coming and talk to us at our next meeting anyway, so we can all have those wonderful discussions with Karen.
Do we need to date this?
Hmm?
Do we need to put the
Oh,
date on
yeah,
this?
the date on it?
20th, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I guess. Take that. All right. We finished now, right? All in favor, say aye?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. All right, all right, the next one here is Carver Phase 2 LLC for a total of, last time, you like my glasses? These are my backups, because the other ones I left at work. All right, for a total of $4,806.69.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second discussion. All right, they haven't cleaned up their act around the solar fields around there. So I know you're gonna call them up and say, hey, what's going on with this? We need a contact information for them that we can have available.
I left messages at both,
Yeah,
but I mean, they're both in Pennsylvania. I assume they're somewhat associated, but
all right, so, if you could pass that phone numbers to me, because I'm gonna make some phone calls, and I did call the state and left a message with them too, if they can do some pushes, so. All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next one is Solaire America LLC. That one is $2,108.94.
make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, discussion, same discussion I had. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, next is Susan for 1, 2, 3. We have 3 different services for Sue, correct?
I had 4.
Did I miss one? Oh, 4, yep, there is 4. All right, there's one in between it, sorry. So there's 4, I'll entertain a motion that we combine all 4 of these into one vote.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion,
Second?
discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so now that we have that, we're gonna do 4. This is the motion to pay now, all right? All right, motion to pay for the 4 dates for Sue.
I'll make that motion.
Motion second,
Second.
discussion. You do an awesome job, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, excellent. All right, the next one, there's one in between here. Premier Energy Solutions, and that's for the generator for $450.
Make that one.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second, discussion. We already had a thing, said they got it done, and it's working fine.
Did
So
you say
all those,
450?
Yeah.
$450. Yeah. All those in favor and say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. One, 2, 3. Have you signed? Just 1, 2. I'm just checking all my things here. 4, and here. Okay. Covers everything. We got John Hancock there. Just the one. So, that. Thank you guys very much for this.
That's all of us.
That's all the bills for today. All right, next here. Discussion and vote on McDonald's, 96 North Main Street, Carver, Mass, McBee Enterprises. All right. So I called them and emailed them, I should say, sorry. I called them before, I emailed them, letting them know about this meeting here tonight, and that I put it on. We put them on the agenda a couple of different times. There's documents in there about all of their bills and everything there. I'd like to have discussions with them about it, but it's not happening. So, we're not gonna talk about their stuff here, but I did get an email from Jill on the 18th here, where Nicole at the finance office is asking, what happened with McBee McDonald's at the meeting, and was there any abatement? And I haven't responded to her as of yet, because I wanted to, hopefully they were gonna be here today, so I have to tell them, never showed. So, then the next one was, with this email came Mahoney Donuts. They owes $1,457, $1,457.41. Demand notices were sent out to them, and they came in and they're looking to do a payment plan, but we have no policy really in place for a payment plan for this. So they're looking for us to find out, hey, what are they gonna do and how do we do a payment plan? I kind of wish they would come in here and have a discussion with us, because I do know in the past that I've talked to the owners of theirs, saying that every time the system went down, they had to pay for new filters because of the change of waters, screwed up their filters, and they spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars on changeovers of filters, just because of our screw-ups here with the district over the years. Yeah, I'll try to reach out to them to let them know. And then the other question was, going forward, is there any basic policy the board would like to enforce regarding payment plans? So it's not on our agenda here, but we have to really have that on our next one to say, all right, create a plan for that. And then there's another issue that she discussed was, I gotta read this. From running the aging summary reports, I realized there is an account who has an outstanding balance of $12,920.99. The account owner's name is Anthony. I didn't put his last name there, but what shocked me was that he has not received a water bill since sometime in '23. Rob Longo was able to find old emails with Amanda regarding this issue. I believe that O'Dear had a meter that had a large reading on it. The meter was changed out, and instead of it being cleared and discarded, it was installed onto Anthony's home. I know I had spoken to Anthony, I did talk to him about it, and there's concerns about changing his meter and having people coming into his house. He's not always around for it. That's gonna be one of the issues that we're gonna have to do, because O'Dear's bill is $6,650.14. So these are the issues that she has. Anthony needs a new meter, and he can start being billed for his water usage again. Then we have to research about the meters and find out, okay, how much for it. Then we need to find out, research the needs to be done at O'Dear for any past billing amounts, and any invoice that is created and sent to O'Dear for this outstanding balance from 2023. So this is gonna have to be put on our next agenda to really delve into this a little bit more, but I think
What is the property address for that Anthony gentleman?
it's Plymouth Street. It's,
And he got the meter that was on,
that's what it looks like, because the numbers, there was a number, 2 accounts had the same number on it. So, the same meter numbers.
and Anthony is a residential property, or is?
Yes,
I don't know where you get 12,000.
yeah, so, so needless to say, why these numbers got interchanged, I don't know, but we have to fix this. This is gonna be an issue that we're gonna have. So that'll be on our next agenda to go forward with these issues here.
Can you
All
get
right.
the property addresses so we can probably figure out what meter has to go on each one? But OD's been getting bills recently, right? Correct, they're up to date?
Yeah.
So we can do, we'll have to do a real read with a new meter on Anthony's property and kind of gauge back, and then we can make a
I don't
calculation.
have addresses on this one here.
But O'Dear's should be correct, it sounds like. They got a new meter.
Right. As far as I know, they've been paying. Oh dear, they still have an outstanding balance of $6,650.14. But you have to understand, they're using a lot of water also, because they're filling up their tanks with the water. So this could be a right amount.
Yeah, because they end up putting some backflows.
Correct.
Some of the things in
Yes.
Because of when they were filling large tanks for their
Correct.
spraying.
Right. I'm still looking at Anthony's,
Because we have, you don't do meter installation, or you do?
It's just.
Well, we could have-
I mean,
Yeah. Have you done one in North Carver yet, or no?
no.
Because Middleborough's been doing them as needed.
right, just as needed.
So I know
They do charge a lot.
if we have We have meters in stock.
Did we get,
I didn't order the meters yet.
okay,
But we got meters in stock, so if that's a residential property, it's probably standard that they have upstairs. Because there are stairs here, brand new,
there are?
yeah.
Right,
So if we swap that out, get a real read, we can go back
right,
and adjust accordingly, take the average over a quarter.
okay. So, yeah. His name isn't on here, because he's not getting the bill.
It wasn't in any of this paperwork, right?
No, I'll, do you wanna work on that one for Anthony? I can get you his, address.
Just give me the address, I can go.
Yeah, but like I said, trying to get him is hard. Or if you wanna call Nicole upstairs,
Okay,
she has all his contact information, that's where I got it from.
which department she in?
She's finance office. Um, Okay. Next is discussion on town meeting article. So we put an article at town meeting for the special town meeting, seeking $500,000. I put a request to meet with the finance committee and capital outlay about this. The engineering company has not gotten back to me on what the total cost would be for the engineering study of everything we wanted done. Once they do, I will make sure you guys get a copy of that, and we can adjust the numbers, all right? But it should be less than the 500,000, but we don't know yet. So, that's just for the special town meeting. I did call just to confirm that the original date was September, that I was told was in September 16th or something like that, but they changed to October. So I turned around and made sure that it's gonna be put on the October one, and I was told it was. All right, next one is discussion on finance with the North Carver Water District. So we have to be aware of our finances, of how much money we have and how much we spend, all right? Because going forward, until we get our new rates put in to effect and get some more money in, we're gonna be limited for this year of how much we can actually put out there. So I just want you guys to be aware. And we have to find out about, make sure we're getting the money back from the solar.
Right.
That money coming into
I
us.
did confirm that, yeah, but it's like at the end of the year. It's
Right.
strange.
Right, so,
So we pay solar, but the electric company sends us the check back
right,
at the end of the,
right. So we need to understand that that money's gotta come back to us. Discussion on engineering contract update. So I gave you guys, they sent me an email. They're looking for information from us so they can do their job. All right, and I gave you a copy of it, and I'm wondering who wants to tackle this? Because in order for them to do this stuff, they need to get this information, so I need somebody to really take hold of this part of it, to make sure they get all the information, and it's sent to them. I did send this to Jill, so she's aware of it. Also sent it to James for it too, and I understand that they have to do their job, all right? But it's our responsibility to give them the information that they need. And this came through as a public information request. There's no way we could get all this within 10 days. They know it, so we have to really start looking at some of this information and finding it. I did give them maps of the original North Carver Water District, they have that, but everything else that was developed afterwards, we're gonna need maps for all of those. So, who wants to tackle this? Just really to be a contact person between Jill, James, and John to make sure that they get this information. It's a lot. If we want to pick one out, that I'll do this, you do this, you do that, we can work on that. They do have a copy of our emergency plan that we had in there that's outdated. They're looking for policies. I have that here for them. I'm gonna send them a copy of that. And then,
So 4 is done, right? They have the old one.
so 4, yeah, I just have to send them the copy of our policies and procedures, which I have a copy of it right here, and I'm gonna send that to them in electronic form, so they have that.
And you gave them, what's down the plans? A lot of plans, right?
Yeah, there's a few down there.
There's a few, but I don't think it covers everything that's been done, and that's what they
But it's
need.
probably,
I already asked the town, I says, are there plans up there for the water system? And they said no.
right.
Because, well, you want to take that role on and go up there and,
I'll go look for plans upstairs.
up on the 3rd floor, go right ahead, knock yourself out, it's a mess up there.
I know, I've been up there twice.
All right, so Eric,
That's number 3, right?
3. All available information on the North Carver Water Cross Connection Program, including a list of cross connection testing locations.
Middleborough should have that.
Middleborough should have that. Could
Right.
you,
He said that he was gonna be the cross-connection
okay,
control person. I do have copies of all the backflows
okay.
that were done.
So if you could send those to me, and then I can send them up to John,
Okay.
Tater and Howard. Gotta remember saying Tater and Howard.
Doesn't flow right.
Okay. I actually have a coworker, her last name was Tater, so I'm like, all right, I just remember her name in my
I thought it
head.
was Taft.
Okay, the next one is, the first one was all available information regarding the district's water main, valve, unwritten locations, so that kind of goes with
That's,
3, so we'll give you that one. Eric will do that one, all right, that's me.
Kim's up.
A copy of current district contact list, description, personnel responsibilities, which we don't have, DEP list of emergency bulk water providers, critical customers, system information, emergency action plans, they already have that. Incident-specific emergency action plan, we don't have any of those. Interconnection agreements, well, that's with Middleborough.
We have an old outdated one.
Yeah, and a standard operating procedures and any related. So I don't know if there's any standard operating procedures in the plant.
There's, a lot of this stuff is in that ERP that I showed you, that,
Right, and they have that.
and I have updated it with the new contacts.
Okay. So is that in a digital format or no? You know, or
I think I have it in,
can you
I
send me a
scanned it
copy
in.
of it?
yeah.
And I'll send that one out. List or map indicating the installation year for all water mains within the North Carver Water District.
It's me again.
Yeah, that would be,
Should have read this first.
All right, any records indicating the town of Carver instituted a local lead ban earlier than 1986 drinking water? That would be no, because they didn't have it in 86.
No.
yeah.
So that's an easy one, I can respond to that one. All right, any records pertaining to existing service size, meter size, age, and serviceability. So Kim,
Yeah,
We have
get that
list.
from Jill.
Yep,
okay.
easy.
All right, any and all information pertaining to the North Carver Water District's statement of purpose, authorities, responsibilities, standard operating procedures, operating policies, annual operating budget, and asset management plan and capital improvement report. So I can send them a copy of our creation documents, standard operating procedures. I mean, that's in this one, as far as I know. I mean, we don't have anything really for the plant plan, I think, but whatever we give them, we'll give them. Whatever we have, we don't. Annual operating budget, Kim, can you contact the finance office and give them like the past couple of years of what our budget was? Asset management plan, I don't think we ever had one, as far as I can look at. And then capital improvement reports, I don't think we ever had one of those either.
There was money set aside 2 years ago. It started for capital improvement, but it was just funds in finance, so that'll show up in the finance documents.
Okay, so,
And it was a line item added.
all
So
right.
you want me to contact finance about the annual operating budget, is that what you said?
Yeah, the annual, and just ask them about a capital improvement.
Yeah, if you probably get the last 3 years,
Yeah,
it'll have, you should see a capital improvement line item that was added.
okay. And then, once you guys all get that wonderful information, you can send that to John at the email. I think you guys all have his email, at Tatum and Howard. I think I emailed him.
I think I do, I don't
Okay.
even have a town email, so.
Okay, so what I'll do is, I will email his information to both of you.
Okay.
So you guys can, once we get the information, we'd send it to him. He knows it's not gonna come all at once, he's gonna get piecemeal stuff. All right, so, but once we get everything to them, they'll start chipping away at what they need to do to cover the DEP and get things done. One of the things that they did say to us is that they're ready to do the emergency plan, to do training for the emergency plan for it. So that would, they already have a training program for, basically it covers water districts. So it's a generalized one, it's not specific to Carver per se, but they can tailor it to Carver of how we have it. So they'll bring in the police, the fire, EMS, DPW, all of us can attend. Then operations and maintenance can attend. I think I said 12 people when I talked to them. So that's the
It's
goal.
around water.
All having to do with the North Carver Water District and a water plant, and Jim, you two are included in that too, for it. So I'll contact him and see what we have for dates available for that, for next month, hopefully, or October, for it. I know there's a town meeting coming up in October, so I'm not sure how much the emergency services will do it, but typically they'll take, management people will have one, big one, and it's up for them to take all the information that they get and then disseminate it to their different departments. Okay, and then that will cover us for one part of the DEP issue. Okey dokey. Discussion and vote to negotiate with DEP for their order. So what I'm looking for is a vote from you guys to allow me to go with the lawyer to DEP so we can renegotiate their order. That way, hopefully, we can revert back to the old order that they gave us, which would include everything that was already in the one that they gave us, but basically taking out us getting a $25,000 fine and up to a year in jail and all that wonderful things. So I'd like your,
I'll make that motion.
Second?
all right, we have a motion and a second to have me and the lawyer negotiate with DEP for a new order so that we can comply with DEP and not have any fines, hopefully levied against us. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. All right, discussion on items needed to be completed at the plant. So we still have an issue with the lighting that needs to be done and leak in the heat here. Anything else you've noticed at the plant? That,
No, just, I got the bathroom lights working.
woo,
It was
Okay.
a GFI.
okay. All right,
So, sorry, lights and what?
lights and the leak at the heating source, and one of the heaters aren't working, too. So, at some point, we're gonna have to deal with those, before the engineers get in there. At least the lighting for them, the heat, that's gonna have to be done before the winter time, because that needs to get,
Was it, this three, how,
I don't even pay attention, it's been so.
There's
hot.
two.
two,
there's two.
one on each end?
One on this side and one on this side, as far as I know. I don't know if there's any in the back. I don't even remember, but I didn't hear any of them going on. But this one's leaking over here, and this one's not even turning on. So, and they probably haven't been maintained in years, So, that's gonna have to be dealt with. So we can wait till the next one and then work on one, hopefully the lights. Next one is discussion on water hookup for 11 Green Street. So 11 Green Street was a property that the town took by tax title. It was then voted to give it to Habitat for Humanity. There was a problem with oil leakage in the basement and the soil and everything, so the town had to deal with that issue of the contaminated soils. They did that, and then there was some other issues. They had to go back and they had Habitat come back in for a meeting with them recently, where they have to sign a new documents for it. The only problem is they haven't had water on that property for a couple of years. I don't know if Middleborough will allow that to be hooked up again, since it was an existing one before, or are they gonna look at this as a new hookup? So we'll have to have some discussions. I was hoping the town administrator or somebody would come for this, because he's supposed to come to our meetings. But I don't know. So I did talk to the woman afterwards, and the other issue that they had was the bills, the water bills from the past, that they're paying those past water bills.
Okay.
So we will be getting money from past water bills that didn't get paid.
You want me to check with Middleborough?
Yeah, because that one I want to make sure, because it's going to go to a veteran once they fix everything up in that house. So
I can find out. It was an existing.
it was existing, it hasn't taken any water for a while. But I just want to make sure that there's no problems with them getting hooked up with water, getting a new water meter installed in there. So whenever that person takes over that home, that they have a water meter, this is what you have, and this is what, they understand what's gonna be paid, that they have to pay for a meter if something happens and whatever. So, thank you for doing that, I appreciate it. The next one, minutes for August 5th, 2025.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
A motion,
Second?
second, discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any topics within 48 hours of posting discussion. I talked about that. The only other one here that is our policy, our rules and regulations for the North Carver Water District. I pulled this from the town website under North Carver Water. You guys pull it out, take a look at it, go through it, see what we need to update anything for it. Because there's everything in here from meters and charges and everything.
Well, maybe that's a good place to put a payment plan or something like that.
Right, so I think that's something that we should really look at this, go through it for the next month. Last time it was revised April 2019, so it's due to be revised again. So otherwise, you have your marching orders, and then the last thing here is I'm gonna need somebody to take over answering calls or anything, starting next Wednesday for 2 weeks. Anybody wanna throw their phone number on? If something happens, just to update, just to let you know, I did get 2 phone calls. One was off of Plymouth Street here, saying they didn't have any water and they have a private well. So it's not our problem. But the other one was the other day, I got a call from a person on Main Street that it was a group home on Main Street. They had my phone number there, and when they looked on the website for water, my phone number's there. They called me, said that they have no water. And I said, well, where are you located? On North Main Street or Main Street? No, Main Street. What number? And he gave me a number. I said, okay. So then I had to go ahead and look at the map to find out where it actually is, and it was over by Meadow Street. So I had to call her back and let her know. I says, yeah, you're on a private well, but you'll need to contact whoever is in charge of you guys to get a plumber or a well guy in there to take care of that, because it's not my problem. I'm sorry, I wish I could help you, but no. So those are some of the calls that we do get. And then we get it from over here, if something happens with the water system over here, they end up calling too, for that. Otherwise, that's really it, it's just no water calls. And then if there's no water in our area, we give a call to Middleborough and say, hey, this person's having problems with their water, right? Whether there's no water coming to it or the quality of it. So I have to say, nobody's complained about the quality of water coming from Middleborough. So as always, I want to thank Middleborough for all their help and work with us over the many years, and hopefully for the future years. All right, anything else, anyone? Oh, yes, Jim?
Wanted to mention on the ERP,
Yeah.
that was one thing that Jim McLaughlin mentioned, is they want an ERP like last week. He just said, I don't care, I told him we were waiting about the cybersecurity stuff,
Yeah.
he didn't care about that. He
Okay.
said that wasn't, I forgot his exact words, but that wasn't important right now. I think he just basically wants contacts for emergencies.
Okay.
So I was gonna ask you, how long are they planning, you talking about the training, how long is it gonna take them to do an ERP?
I'm not sure, because they already have ERPs already made out. A lot of it's just changing areas, but it has to meet with our system.
Right.
So if we can't do an ERP for a chlorine and green sand system, it would have to be for a system using the sand,
Membrane.
the membranes. So it would have to be really geared toward that, and that we don't have a water tower, we run on pressure, so that, we have to deal with that, because that's a big issue, is that, like, they had the big explosion out of there, or blowout, that's a pressure point, and that's a really something, and then, I think, what's standard is the chemical one, that's probably standard, so I will call them tomorrow, and I'll have them expedite that part of it, and to get us into some trainings.
I think his biggest thing was, if Middleborough decides tomorrow, we're not gonna supply you with water, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
That was his biggest concern. Other than that,
We'll be paying for a company to come in to provide water. Really, I mean, that's the only other way, is we have no contingency.
yeah.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we don't have a contingency, it's Middleborough or bust right now, because we don't have a system up and running, and there's, in my opinion, the screens are trashed, as they said, and it's a year to get one of those screens in here, unless we can beg, borrow, and steal from somewhere else that may have them, that they'll let us have some, so.
I don't foresee it happening, not that it would do that.
I don't see.
They're expanding.
Yeah,
They already got a
It's
grant
kind of like
to
a
expand south.
gentleman's agreement that.
Right,
And they're going to Old Colony in Rochester,
right.
so it's not like they're running out of water.
Right, so, and the biggest thing here is that we want an agreement
Yeah.
with as long as we have an agreement with Middleborough, right now, they're like verbally, no problem, we will do it for people that are here, but we have nothing in writing. That's why it's so important to get that agreement in writing, so we have it, a real plan here for it, but we don't have a contingency plan, and we'll have to talk to the engineering company about that. If something happens with Middleborough that they don't have water, how are we gonna give water to everyone that's there? So, yeah, I will take care of that, that's on me. Work on that tomorrow. Otherwise,
I can field calls.
you will field calls?
Yep,
Okay,
no problem.
so if you could just call Jill and have her change the website, she can do it on next Wednesday. Yeah, like I said, it's for 2 weeks, please.
How quickly do you want this
When
stuff
you call it
done?
Middleborough, you just call it Middleborough?
I call the Middleborough emergency line.
Okay.
Yeah, they have availability 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to get in touch. So,
How quickly does some of this stuff have to get done?
what, for
For my part.
For your part, as soon as it gets done, it gets done. I mean, if we can submit that in, we're good. I mean, some of your stuff will will go along with some of theirs too, so they do
I
their
just didn't know
part.
if you wanted stuff done like real quick. As
As
far as hours, you know, 'cause
Yeah.
I'm only doing the 10 hours.
Right,
And
whatever
if
you can,
wanted to
whatever
Push
you,
it to 15.
yeah.
Until we get caught back up and then go back down, or what do
Well-
you wanna do?
I'm good at the 10, all right now, because I'm gonna talk to the lawyer. Once we can renegotiate that agreement, hopefully, then we can move forward and then say, okay, fine, we're gonna rush this in to get all this done. Because they're gonna give us timeframes. Days for this, 120, 60, whatever it is.
I'm
So-
older now, so.
Right, and that's where we're at, okay? All right, it's now 6 o'clock, 6:02. If anybody came in at 6 o'clock, because it was timed wrong on the website here, we did it. We got here to 6 and, all right. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make that motion.
Oh, you wanted to set another date yet or no?
Thank you, I forgot about that. All right, so that would be in September.
'22,
Excuse me?
22nd,
That's a Monday, right?
September?
The 22nd?
That's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
17th.
24th?
17th or 24th? 24th?
Let's do 24th. It's Rosh Hashanah. Does anybody have a problem with that? Meeting on that day? I
Regular.
want to make sure. It's telling me that.
5 o'clock?
Sure. 5 o'clock.
September 24th at 5.
District.
5 to 5:15?
All right. I'll do my best. Okey dokey.
And Eric, if you need help finding things up on the 3rd floor,
I've been up there, so I'm kind of familiar, I know where some of the documents are that they.
you could just shoot me a text or something, I'll be happy to help you.
Yeah. And like I said, Jill here and will hopefully be able to help trying to find stuff up there. Like I said, good luck. Good luck. That's all I can say is good luck.
I've only heard about the 3rd floor.
All
Can we have a new motion to adjourn?
right, I'll say a motion to adjourn.
Second?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Second. Sorry, I jumped ahead of myself.
Discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for covering the next 2 weeks.